Okay, it is me again. So yeah, I was on here about 6 o'clock this morning. That's been a few hours, and some things have happened. I can't believe it. Just in that short period of time, I was just going to write it real quick and send it off, but I thought I can't. I have to do it now. I have to say it now. So let me put on my readers here. And oh, hi, Ember, my favorite child, actually my only child. And awesome, Vanessa. Hey, anyhow, so I did a video like at around 6ish this morning, and then I posted that video, and then I did an article and posted the article. And I was talking about this historical time that we were in and some things, how just I felt recently how God has just really opened up my eyes even more, like this prophetic thing on me has just gone to the next level. And let me just read to you a thing. I just did a video, 2017, prophetic election inauguration or something like that on there. And then I followed it up by this article. And in the article, I was stating about all these different things going on. But this is a quote out of the article that I sent. I spoke about the historical significance of this coming inauguration and how it will become a platform of prophetic declaration to the United States and even the world. And if you ever watched, and I said, if you've never watched a presidential, inauguration, whatever, you need to watch this one because it's going to be historic. And immediately during this article, I say, hey, even as I write this article, the trumpet is about to blow on this day of 1/11/217. This day, right? And the whole concept is because everything that Trump has done and is doing is historical. And in the article, and I think I said on the video, that it's one of the most historical years that we will have ever seen in the place of presidential, whatever you want to call it. So I go in the House, and lo and behold, Mr. Trump himself is on TV doing an interview, which he hasn't done since the elected period. And so I'm sitting down and I'm listening to all of a sudden history appear right in the moment. And real quick, this is only a small window of a recap of some things that happened, I believe, that are very historical. Put my readers on again. One is I was thinking about some things that he's done, things that he's saying, things that he's doing, and how it sets him apart from any other president we've ever had. Trust, integrity, full exposure, total transparency. How many times have you ever heard a president being used within that context of trust, integrity, full exposure, total transparency? Now, there might be some little things here and there that aren't apparent, but a lot of those things might be for the sake of the country, which he made mention of in his election, how, disgusting he felt because of the media, how they jump on these things and all these little meetings go on and they just throw it out there and so forth and so on. So I put down here, he is determined to do what he said he would do during his campaign run. In other words, I'm going to carry out everything and anything that I possibly can on the sense of what I ran on. That's going to be historical. I know a lot of people kind of do it a little bit, former presidents a little bit, but not trying to like dot all their I's, cross all of their T's, and saying I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Another was in an historical financial exposure. Right? He has the attorney, accountant, whatever, come, and they're reading off all of these points and the things that he's doing, and just bringing out all of the financial realm, And this is interesting, is that he even made a comment about donating profits of various companies to the United States Treasury. How many presidents have you ever heard do that? Actually take a large amount of profits and donate it to the United States of Treasury. Now, I know people are going to say, well, why didn't he do that to charity, blah, blah, blah. He's done that. But there's something behind all of this going on, simply saying, I'm doing this, right? Here's another thing. He didn't have to turn his business over, all of his business over to his sons and so forth, because as they were reading all of the things that he could have done, even as president, which was, he didn't have to distance himself from his personal business, but he did. And he didn't have to do the turnover, but he did. And so the point is even certain things that he didn't have to do, he is doing. So my point is, even now, in January of 2017, history is being made. And in the article or video, I can't remember which, is I said this year, 2017, would be one of the most historical years concerning presidents, concerning the new regime, that is now, rising up in this nation and so forth. So, yeah, I could go on, but I'm not going to go on. I just wanted to, push that little button and say, oh my gosh, not even hardly out of my mouth, all of these things begin to happen. So I'm really thinking that there is something to this extended ability to see beyond the moment into the intent, and I believe the intent of God for this nation this time. And, I was thinking too about, Obamacare, and they're saying Trump care. Something hit me. I thought, why not call it people care? I mean, after all, isn't it for the people? And so I might do a little tweet to now elect President Donald Trump and say, let it be people care, because it's all about the care of the people. I'm just saying. Anyhow, thanks for joining me. Just a quick excerpt. And let me just add to this. I believe God is expanding your vision. He's expanding your ability to see further than you've ever seen before. Problem solving, all of these things, the complexity of things going on in your life and situations, circumstances, whether it be yourself, your spouse, your children, whatever it is. I'm just calling that forth, coming into an agreement with the expanded reality of the kingdom of God rising up in you, equipping you for this year at a level as never before. I believe that you will be historical, that you have the ability to make history, to create history, which is a history that is not going to be repeated. And I think I've said this before. We have a lot of people like, oh, we're just repeating this, we're repeating this cycle. Nah, this is not a repetition of something that used to be. This is a making of a new something that has never been before. So that is the era that we are in, and I'm looking forward to it. So have an awesome day and get ready to make history. See ya.